Oh yes, this is Machel Montano, and this is AVS.
An amazing musical career earned him the title King of Soca. Art imitates life from Machel Montano as he makes his acting debut in the Indo-Caribbean love story Bazodee. As Machel tells us, this was a dream that was 10 years in the making.
I'm not going to say welcome to New York because you did reside here, but welcome back.
Welcome back. It's been a good run for me in New York all my life, and it's a first time coming to New York City, such a great city to premiere my first movie. So it's almost like a new coming, you know?
So this place, has a special place in your heart. You have multiple sold-out shows at Madison Square Garden. Talk about the New York fans.
Well, actually, New York has played a role from the very beginning. I'll never forget, I jumped into the music business at a very tender age. I was just 9 years old when I won my first, national competition singing calypso. And the very next day, this man showed up on my doorstep, wanting to take me to New York City to open for some of the great calypsonians like Sparrow and Kitchener at Madison Square Garden. And I came to New York at that young age, did the Madison Square Garden show, couldn't believe it. And I've always dreamt of one day doing Madison Square Garden for myself. And that happened, in 2006 when we did, 2 sold-out shows back-to-back at Madison Square Garden. So, but over the years, coming up as a child star, I started to try to find a little bit of difficulty becoming adult star. And the teen years were kind of tough, and I really, broke out in the New York market. Brooklyn, Queens, New Jersey, doing shows on that circuit really made the Machel Montano star that was of, adulthood, not just the child star. So New York is a place that holds, a very special place in my career and in my heart.
Go try stop me, I'm professional. Every day is sweat, I come out to vet, I better vetting more than you. It's sweat, I come out to sweat, I wet, I sweating more than you. I come to wine and jam and I short to catch it more than you. Cause when I'm vetting, of course, I just do it like a boss.
Well, this time you're here for something completely different. It's for the premiere of your movie in the heart of Times Square.
Yes, indeed.
How do you feel?
Very blessed. I'm overexcited too because, this movie project is something I could not have dreamt of, and it was presented to me by a writer and a producer who had this idea about my music and about making a movie about Trinidad and Tobago and soca music. And this was 10 years ago. And I really loved the idea and the story of the movie. So I jumped on board, and I was really honored that it was about my music and the inspiration of the love and unity themes of my music. So I stuck it out, and we pushed through 10 years trying to get the right director, the right cast and crew, the right funding. And to be here now sitting in New York City, Times Square, as you say, getting ready for a premiere, is a marvelous feeling to see a dream come true and to see things really manifest.
Let me see you make your body move. You made me whistle 'cause you're something good. Oh, you make my body feel rude. Whining like a champion. I love that song.
Wow.
Why is that funny?
Because I wrote it.
Now, you said it took 10 years, so did you know this whole time you wanted to be an actor?
Well, I mean, just like my musical career, I always tell people this story when they ask me, do you want to go for vocal training? I was like, okay. You want to sing in the choir? I was like, okay. They asked me, you want to act in this film? I was like, okay. I didn't really set out to become an actor, and I was a bit, worried if I would do a good job. But really, when I got down to shooting the movie in Trinidad and Tobago, it was really relating to my life story, and I really found it easy to adapt and to, get myself into this. So I didn't expect it, but when it came, I was definitely prepared, and I really enjoyed the feeling so much that, I wouldn't mind doing it a couple of times well.
For Anita, everything was perfectly planned.
You have the perfect engagement party, perfect ring. I'm so jealous of you.
The right man,
I don't care what we do, as long as we're together.
the right future.
Who gets married in a palace?
A princess.
But on an island where every day brings new possibilities,
How did you find me?
Fate.
life has other plans.
Well, in the trailer, you were singing Aap Jaisa Koi.
Yes, a song that I actually released way back in 2000. You know, I did a version of that song where I mix it with soca, mix it with a dancehall twist, soca dancehall twist, and you know, it was one of my big hits in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, this one is about uniting the nation. Why can't we all unite the nation, unite the nation.
You're called the King of Soca. You're known to be a perfectionist.
I came in singing calypso, and somewhere early I realized that I needed to make a move to soca music. Soca music was the more vibrant, more youthful music, and it was a sort of upbeat, more spiritual version of calypso. You know, it was created from the Afro soca beat, the calypso beat, together with the East Indian drum, and they made the soca sound. And ever since early, I realized that, you know, most of the young people in my country would be into reggae and pop and dancehall and hip hop and rap, and they didn't really love so much, you know, the soca music. It was loved by maybe the elder people of the country. So I really made it my business to go out there and try to, you know, revolutionize this or get more young people on board. So this became my purpose, this became my vision. And my techniques then has always been trying to break barriers, introducing music to different genres. My technique is always about taking the tradition and taking the technology, which is the past and the future, and bringing it into the present moment to talk the truth about who we are. And I make music reflecting the highest expression of who I am. And I take it to the corners of the globe. So sometimes I'm in the Himalayas, you know, sometimes I'm in Africa, sometimes I'm in a river, I'm in a sea. I'm somewhere really trying to find that higher calling of myself. And then I make this into music, or I make this into movies, or I make this into anything that I can interact and inspire people with.
So let we make a memory. We jamming that picture way, like a movie they'll be watching way. So let we make a memory. Take a shot inside a year, hustle until we meet up again. So let we make a memory. Do something that new to me, make something that we could share. Post it up inside a year. Let we make a memory. They're looking for we to friend. I can see and take the blame up against the wall again.
So I read up on your journey, amazing 30 years. You know, you've had your shares of ups and downs. When did you know that, you know what, I've arrived, I'm here? That turning point for you?
I'm still here, you know, I'm still working at it. And I think, you know, I recently went to Guyana, and I was performing in the Guyanese stadium, and I have such great fans in Guyana. It's funny that I was in the hotel looking at the stadium filled with about 40,000 people, and there was a line of traffic still trying to get there. And somehow, you know, I had a moment that took me back to my first song, Too Young to Soca, and I couldn't believe that singing that song at 9, I would reach here, you know, where people would be coming to see me like this. And sometimes you have those moments. But for me, you know, I stay positively dissatisfied. I always set new goals. I always set new things to achieve. And I really want to bring soca music to the world in a way that is, you know, inspirational and spiritual to people. So I don't think I've arrived, but, you know, selling out Madison Square Garden, you could feel good about yourself. You know, doing Drake's OVO Festival in Canada this coming Saturday, you know, you can feel good about those things, but you always want to stay humble and set new goals because it's limitless, you know?
Yeah, you can pat yourself on the back, right?
Sometimes.
I forget what we're facing. Your love is